Well, hello and welcome back to another episode of I Finished It here on the LONGBOX CRUSADE NETWORK, made exclusive just for you Patreon type folks. Our Crusaders Club members, we appreciate you, and that's why we do these extra video presentations. This time around, I'm going to step into the realm of video games because I finished Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD on my Nintendo Wii. As many of you know, I have a couple of sons, and my youngest son has really gotten into the Zelda series, and he really likes just to watch me play them. So I've been replaying some Zelda games that I've beaten in the past. I beat the original Twilight Princess several years ago. It came out in 2006 for the Wii and the GameCube. I had the GameCube version. And I beat it, I don't know, probably 2009 or so, somewhere in there, 2007, a couple of years after it came out. And now, like I said, my son has wanted me to go back and play it. And luckily, we had this HD remaster on the Wii U that I've never played before. So I popped this one in. The remaster came out in 2016. So it's basically about a 10-year anniversary after the original Twilight Princess had come out. And let me tell you guys something. This is a great game. I think this might be the most underrated Zelda game. I think it gets forgotten a lot. Probably this or Skyward Sword are kind of the more forgotten Zelda games, and they're both really good. But Twilight Princess, as I replayed it, essentially 10 years or so later, with this HD remaster on the Wii U, it was a ton of fun, and it was a good game. Very solid entry in the Zelda series. A lot of fun, and a lot of people will say it was kind of a response to Wind Waker, was the one that came out just before it. And Wind Waker had the more cartoony graphics, and some of the Nintendo people thought it was more, kiddie or childish or whatever like that. So this one had a much more somber tone with the world of Shadow, and Link was definitely depicted more as a young adult. So I think this was definitely sort of a response to the people who didn't enjoy Wind Waker. And oh, by the way, Wind Waker is a fantastic game. I recently replayed that on the HD remix as well. So, but this one here, Twilight Princess, really good stuff. Like I said, the original came out in 2006. One of the weirdest things about it, just as a weird trivia note, is whether you had it on the Wii or on the GameCube originally, the games were different in that the map is flipped on its axis like this, depending on which version you play it on. So it's a mirrored map, depending on whether you play on the Wii or if you play it on the GameCube, which was really weird when you're playing it and you want to get online for like a strategy guide. It tells you, well, go east to whatever. Well, depending on which version you're playing, east might be west. So that's just a weird bugaboo. I don't know why they decided to do that, but depending on whether you play it on the Wii or on the GameCube, the map will be flipped on this axis. It's really quite bizarre. But anyway, it's just a weird trivia fact. But I had a blast replaying this. I'm currently replaying Ocarina of Time on my N64. And so this replay of Zelda games is quite fun. And I'm really enjoying it. Can't recommend it enough. If you've already played and beaten Twilight Princess, do you need to get the HD remix on Wii U? Not really. There's not a whole lot different to it. It does incorporate the amiibos more, and there's stamps to collect now that they didn't have before in the game. But based off my hazy memory, it wasn't that different. So if you beat it before, I don't necessarily think you have to run out and get it. But if you enjoyed it, or maybe if it's been 10 years or 15 years like it has been for me since you played it, if you find a good deal on this, pick it up, pop it in. You won't regret it. It's a great Zelda experience. So that's my I Finished It, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to act froze.